But do you feel like a young god? You know the two of us are just young gods, and we'll be flying through the streets with the people underneath.
A song called Sorry.
Yeah.
It's like a ballad on the record. It's probably one of the most vulnerable songs I've ever written.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like an apology to people that I've treated poorly in a relationship.
Right.
So it's like a really, vulnerable, self-aware song of being like, hey, I was really mean to you and I didn't mean to be, but it's because I'm insecure, you know what I mean, that kind of thing.
Have you been treated like shit though in a relationship?
Oh, yeah, of course. I wrote a whole album about it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I think that the record is kind of about people that have treated me poorly, people I've treated poorly, just, in general. But I think that when I was writing a song like Sorry, I was actually in the studio working on a different song. And I was working on a song called Strangers that I did with Lauren Jareggi from Fifth Harmony.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and I went outside to have a smoke and clear my head for a little bit and think, and I got a text from someone. And it was not a nice one.
Oh, what, an ex?
Yeah, and they were kind of like, hey, you haven't talked to me in a while, what did I do? That kind of thing.
Yeah, right.
I realized I'd kind of faded out on them.
Did you do It's Not You, It's Me?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Did you say, I'm busy and I've made it, I'm a superstar?
No.
Who the F are you?
No, I didn't. I went back in the studio.
Performing for a Nobel Peace Prize concert.
It was so incredible, and it was really special because it made me think a lot about my songs. And I'm a songwriter, I write my own music.
Yeah.
And when I'm up there and I'm looking at so many faces of people who have accomplished so much and make such a positive impact in the world, it really makes me think about my music and wonder what my message is, and wonder if my message is helping people. So it really puts that to the test, which is nice. It's nice to be tested. That's what helps you get better, But I'm just, it was such an honor, and I'm happy to represent my country and to have been asked to be a part of something so amazing.
What did you learn most about yourself doing this album?
I think it's just about, it was about bettering my relationship with myself. I had been with a partner for a really long time, and so I kind of developed this dependency where it was like, I don't know if I really thought I was beautiful unless they told me I was. I didn't think I was smart unless they said that I was smart. I didn't think I was funny unless they laughed at my joke, that kind of thing where I was it was this like looking glass self thing where they were a sounding board for my own perception of myself, which was really unhealthy. So when we broke up and I was alone for the first time in a couple years, I kind of was looking in the mirror like, who am I when I'm not half of a unit, when I'm just, my own individual self. And so I kind of had to spend some time alone and learn more about myself and learn to tell myself I'm beautiful and that I'm smart and that I'm funny and believe it because I know it to be true, not because someone else told me I am. He looks just like you, but he'll never stay, they never do. If I keep my eyes closed, he feels just like you, but you've been replaced. I'm face to face with someone new. Yeah, cool. It's a cool little, a little phrase there because, so I wrote this song with Abel, with The Weeknd.
Yeah.
And I don't really do a whole lot of artist co-writes. What actually happened was we didn't sit down. We weren't like, oh, let's write a song. I was in the studio with Benny Blanco, and he was clicking through tracks for me to listen to. And he played one that had I don't think he realized had an Abel ad-lib on it. So he starts playing me this track just to see if I like the track, but he forgot to take, I guess Abel was writing over it at some point. And so, you hear The Weeknd going, in my eyes, so he knows you. And like he's not saying words because we're just writing, And I heard it and I was like, whoa. And there's one part where he goes, and I thought he said eyes closed, and all of a sudden the song was there. I had the whole song, and I was like, oh my gosh.
A place to fall from.
I think with that level of transparency and with, this new era of authenticity, there will always come people who aren't being honest and people who think they can cheat the system, people who think that they can, hide things. And so I think, breakdowns are bound to come, but all it's really going to do is show these listeners, if they're getting the real deal or not. And I think that's important because, they're dedicating so much time, so much energy, so much money into this, and that's a big thing for a kid especially, I know these kids come home from school and they drop their backpack down and they go running up the stairs and sit down on their computer and they log into an account that's called Halsey something, and their picture is me and their background is me, and they've dedicated this portion of their life to me, and that's something that I will never be able to give back to them. So if I can dedicate a portion of what I do and at least give them the courtesy of letting them know who they're devoting all this energy to, letting them get to know me, letting them believe in me, then, I mean, that's the least that I can do.
For a lot of people, and you can sleep, you know, nice and sound every night because you do everything's out in the open. 2018, what are we, besides the Hopeless Fountain Kingdom Installment 2, what are we expecting from Halsey in 2018?
Oh my goodness, I mean, I'm sure there'll be some more music coming, maybe some more collaborations.
Who would you like to work with? I mean, wish list, like, you don't have to tell us if you're working with anyone.
I'd really like to work with Ed Sheeran. He's super amazing, and he's one of the reasons why I started writing music to begin with. The reason, like, some of the first few songs I learned how to play on guitar were Ed Sheeran songs, and he's
awesome.
really cool, and we've kicked it a couple times. And
yeah, I was gonna say, have you like talked to him about it, or?
Yeah, totally. I mean, he's been on tour, the past couple months, and for me about Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, it wasn't even so much about the radio so much as it was about, I had never made music for fans before. I made Badlands for me because I didn't have any fans. And then, I started playing shows, and I started learning, what the best parts of that experience are for me. Hearing people chant certain lyrics back, or seeing people dance, or like, and it gave me a whole new perspective when writing Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, which was like, what do I want to see happening in my audience? I'm going to make a record that I'm going to want to dance to and scream to and, cry to and yell my heart out to. And so it helped me make a much more versatile record, I think, in comparison to Badlands. That's really. And I have the best team in the whole world working on this video, and it looks amazing. It's honestly just like the coolest thing.